Time right now is 5 a.m. and we begin with breaking news out of Fairfax County. Take a look for yourself. A stunning aerial video of a home explosion rocking a Centerville neighborhood happened overnight. The blast on south of Chantilly on Quail Pond Court. Now this video puts into perspective just how intense the scene was as dozens of first responders rushed to battle the flames. As crews fought the fire, they discovered a gas leak, adding another layer of danger. Dozens of nearby homes were evacuated as a precaution. WUSA 9, the first crew on the scene last night, and we have been following this story since it broke. With that, we say thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Allison Seymour.
And I'm Terry Hornstein. We have live team coverage of every angle of this breaking story. Jess Arnold is at the evacuation center where families were forced from their homes in the middle of the night. But we do want to begin with Jacqueline Quinn. She's in the neighborhood where all of this happened with more on what police are telling us. Jackie, still a very active scene out there hours after this happened.
Yeah, you know, we reached out to the fire department just about 10 minutes ago, and right now they are still investigating the cause of this explosion. But as you can see right now, the smoke still coming up from this area of Quail Pond Court. And this tape roping off this area, as we understand it. The residents back here have been evacuated, and it's potentially that their gas line has been turned off right now as this is going on. But shortly before 10 p.m., crews were called here to this block of Quail Pond Court for reports of an explosion. Firefighters arrived here to see tall flames and debris of what used to be where this house once stood.
Units arrived on scene to find a single-family house that was well involved in fire on all levels, extending to the neighbor's house. This particular fire, they had an explosion, and essentially the explosion leveled the house. There really wasn't much of a house left when the fire department units arrived on the scene.
Incredibly, officials say one man got out of the home at the time and that he was able to make it out safely. No one else was injured. Neighbors we spoke with here were understandably upset and described hearing this blast.
We looked out the window, we didn't see anything. When we went upstairs, we saw the neighbor's house was on fire, and it took about like 3-4 minutes for that whole thing to just go up.
As we mentioned, fire officials are still investigating this. From this point, we can still see even a Washington gas truck out here, but they are trying to make sure that everything is safe while the 41 homes have been evacuated and about 50 homes have had their gas shut off. We're going to continue to get the latest and update you. For now, I'll send it back to you guys.
And for the families forced out in the middle of the night, the story, it's far from over.
Yeah, we continue our team coverage this morning with Jess Arnold. She's live at the evacuation center with how neighbors there are coping this morning. Jess, just so tough for those neighbors who were just pulled from their homes.
Yeah, what a way to start the week, right in the middle of the night. Now, as Jackie mentioned, 41 households had to be completely evacuated. Firefighters shutting off gas to 50 of these homes. They did take them to a community center nearby and offered shuttle buses to anyone who preferred to stay at a nearby hotel instead. Now, fire crews that were on scene last night told our team that it'll probably be at least until later this morning that these households, that these neighbors will have to stay out of their homes. Now, also, they have shut off that gas, 50 total homes. Late last night, they were still working with Washington Gas. Jackie said she's been getting an update. They're still investigating, trying to find the source of that leak. Fire officials say multiple other neighbors reported gas smells or leaks. And when they took a look, they did find elevated levels in other homes. Now they're looking at the service lines and the transmission line for that source of the leak. Many neighbors say they felt the explosion and are lucky that everyone seems to have escaped. Our team spoke with a man who lives near the house that exploded and who helped the man who lived there get out.
We see the older gentleman on the corner of the deck just trying to get out, I guess. And then myself and my father-in-law ran out towards him. I told him to jump. He threw himself, kind of broke his fall. And then we drag him out, away from the fire. But half the house was gone. It was pieces.
Now, fire officials say they don't anticipate this gas leak and the shutoff impacting other neighborhoods in the area. They do want to put a reminder out to everyone, though, that if you heat your house with gas, if you cook with gas on a gas stove in your house, you need to make sure you have carbon monoxide detectors throughout the house. If you ever smell gas, they say to get out of the house immediately and make sure you can get the fire department out to check it out. Call 911 if you have to. Guys,